Every athlete has challenges. Whatever form it comes in, there's always going to be something that challenges you, and the only way to get around that is working out what the problem is and working as hard as you can or as hard as you're willing to get around that and achieve what you want to achieve. My dreams were always to make it to the Olympics, Commonwealths, any major sporting competition, to be honest. My swimming career started back in Qatar when I first got into swimming. Fell in love with it straight away, and it got to the point where I had to sacrifice other sports to be able to keep swimming the amount I wanted to. Then we moved to Kuwait and I joined a proper club and started training there, and it all kind of kicked off from there. My dreams, especially for swimming, were being able to race for like Kuwait and GB, and it's always been a dream to be able to do that, and it's amazing that it's been able to happen. The biggest competition I remember probably is going to Dubai most years to this mega competition, an incredible pool, and every year basically the world's best swimmers, you'd get them coming from the UK, from the rest of the Middle East, from the States. But you'd always have like massive names there like Rebecca Adlington, Mark Foster, like two amazing GB swimmers. But you'd get the opportunity to actually race against them. So not only race against the women, but race against the men as well. And it was always such an insane experience. A part of me definitely feels like swimming was taken away from me. I felt I was still able to do it. But the one thing that I suppose I relied on and was part of my everyday, I suddenly couldn't do or was told not to. Bonfire night in 2019 was a good night. It was like any bonfire night. Sounds odd, but as normal as it could have been until the seizure happened, really. We just decided we wanted to go and have one more ride before going home. And everything was fine throughout the ride, but as it came to stop, I stopped right in front of a strobing light, and it was getting quicker and quicker with the music. And as it got quicker, that's when my head kind of focused on the light and it kept flashing and I couldn't look away. I was locked on it. I was quite scared. Obviously it had never happened to me before. I could still see I was conscious of the fact it had locked. I couldn't move my body. I was stuck in this restraint on this ride. I couldn't do anything to help myself. The adrenaline of what had happened had worn off a bit and I was in pain. My tongue really hurt because I bit through it and it was very swollen. And I was starting to feel the bruising from where the ride had restrained me. The doctors explained to me what had happened, told me the testing that I was going to have to go for, and then told me I couldn't drive for at least 6 months and potentially a year. As soon as I heard the doctor say that I shouldn't really be swimming anymore, it was heartbreaking. I argued that I was a competent swimmer. It felt like it took away a big chunk of me. I never considered that I wouldn't be an athlete again. I just didn't realise it would be so soon. I suppose I feel the need to compete. And changing to cycling was a big change to me. And at first I needed to learn to cycle properly. or to a standard where I could compete. A lot of the time I train on the coastal path and it's quite hard work constantly going uphill. We have such amazing views of the sea and all the fields around. Like, it's a gorgeous place to be able to cycle. It feels so rewarding after a hard training session. So cycling on a bad meds day for me is definitely more of a chore. The entire session feels a bit painful or pointless. Balancing medication and training can be difficult if I'm feeling quite ill with my meds, if I'm feeling quite nauseous and quite dizzy. I have to make a decision of whether I go out on the road and ride or go out on the coastal path and ride, or whether I put my bike on the turbo. But I'm quite lucky in the sense of my coach is very understanding, so I can swap a road ride that I've got and do it on the turbo. So I still do what's required of me. It's also important that I listen to my body and my meds and make decisions based on how I'm feeling. I think I'm still adjusting to the fact that my life has changed paths a bit. I still love and miss swimming, and every now and then I'm reminded of that, whether it's a short sea swim I go for or a surf. Like, it all, I suppose, makes me remember what I was doing and where I could have been. Cycling, I suppose, is quite a tricky sport to get involved in. It can be quite competitive. Aspects of it can be quite brutal, and it's quite a steep learning curve. In a sense of cycling, Jago's jumped into it. We've definitely had our laughs and maybe frustrations a bit here and there with punctures or whatever else has gone on. But it's great to have someone to ride with that understands what I'm dealing with. And he's very good at motivating me to go and do the session I need to do. But it's nice to have someone to make you smile and to push you along through your sessions. I think each athlete comes across their own challenges, and success is different to everyone. So I think the biggest thing is to keep going. At the end of the day, I would definitely say I'm thankful for where I am. I suppose I can't wait to keep having these experiences and doing as much as I can in this world.